Hey guys, it's SimQueen, and today I am building another house for the A to Z build challenge. I struggled a little bit with the letter B. I had been writing down ideas for basically all the letters, that just whatever pops in my head, I'd write it down so I could remember it for later. And for B, I only had like 3 things written down, and one of them is a term that I am actually new to. I didn't even know this was an architectural style, but it's called Brutalist. And I came across this and thought, like, wow, those are ugly. Like, they are very boxy, kind of depressing, like post-apocalyptic looking houses. And I was thinking, like, I don't know if I want to build that. I don't like them, but I still thought it would be kind of fun. I do end up enjoying this build. I don't think I would ever have a sim live in this house, but it's definitely a different kind of style that I'd never even knew existed, basically. So I'm just going to kind of read what Wikipedia says about Brutalist architecture. It says it emerged in the mid-20th century and gained popularity in the late 50s and 60s. It is characterized by simple, block-like structures that often feature bare building materials or exposed concrete. So it also says some of them are made of brick. Though beginning in Europe, Brutalist architecture can be found around the world. A lot of them are used for like libraries, courts, public housing, city hall, that kind of thing. There wasn't a ton of like houses that look like this. A lot of them were more like it just said, like city halls, and I think Harvard has a Brutalist building as well. So yeah, they're typically not houses, but I turned this into a house because I thought it'd be kind of interesting. And I really don't like building residential lots. You may have noticed, but I have not ever made any type of residential lot on my channel, I don't think. I hate making restaurants, I hate making pools, parks, all of it. It's just not fun. I'm really terrible at it. I do enjoy watching other people's speed builds of residential lots, but I probably won't be doing any on my channel unless they're more like a fixer-upper type thing, because I'm garbage at it. I am no good at it at all. So for this build, I always do a lot of research before I build things, especially if it's something that I'm new to, I've never done before. And so I did a lot of research on Brutalist architecture, and I feel like I got a full understanding of what the exterior of the houses should look like. It's more the interior that I struggled with, because when I Googled Brutalist, I think I did like Brutalist interior design, there wasn't really like a uniform, it wasn't all the same. It was just like different types of style of interior design inside Brutalist houses, so it wasn't like they all looked the same. And so I kind of thought like I could just do whatever I wanted, basically. And so for this, I went with like a kind of an industrial, sort of like an artsy vibe. I wanted a lot of like no clutter, basically. There's no clutter in this house. There's a lot of like large art pieces that take up like big parts of the walls, and I did concrete throughout the entire thing. All the walls, all the floor is concrete. This is just definitely not my kind of house. I would never ever live in a house like this. When I was looking at all the Brutalist buildings, I was thinking like, why do people do this? They are so ugly. And I mean, I don't think that this build turned out to be like terrible. Like, the outside is kind of like, what's going on here? Like, I don't think it's great, but I don't understand this type of art. It's just not interesting. Or it is interesting. It is not pretty, that's for sure. So yeah, it's probably not something that I would ever live in, and I don't think I'll ever have my Sims live in this house either, unless I think it really suits their personality. The outside didn't take me too long. Basically, I did not follow a picture on Google like I normally do. I sort of just started placing blocks wherever I wanted and just making it look kind of weird and wacky and overlapping, and that to me was Brutalist. I don't really know what else you could possibly do for that. I didn't want to follow a Google picture because I knew that I wouldn't be able to make it look the same in the Sim, so I knew if I went with my own design, it would probably turn out a lot better. So for the inside, we're starting on the living room already. I wanted to do a few pops of color throughout the house, not all the same though. The living room is mostly like blues and yellow, and I think the dining room is orange, and I just had like little strange pops of color throughout the house. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. This house has 2 bedrooms upstairs and 2 bathrooms. There's no bathroom on the main floor. I wanted it to be like completely open concept. I didn't want any boxes or closed off walls in the main floor, and it is a lot smaller too. The house turned out to be smaller than I wanted it to. When I was looking at Brutalist houses, most of them were very big open spaces, like huge open spaces, and like with nothing in it. And I mean, you can't really do that in The Sims because it doesn't look good. It looks like you just got lazy and didn't want to furnish anymore. So it's hard to make open spaces look good in The Sims because it looks incomplete. And so I knew that if I made it a little bit smaller, I could put less in the house, but I wouldn't have to have these big, wide open, like bare walls and huge open spaces with absolutely no furniture. I didn't want it to look lazy, so I did go for something a little bit smaller. A lot of this is sort of like an industrial vibe. I played around with those chairs at the countertops because none of them were really doing it for me. I wasn't sure what I should do, so I went with these wooden ones that are actually, I think they came with like the backyard stuff or outdoor patio. I forget what it's called, but basically they're meant to be outside, but they just worked a lot better in that space. And then over here I decided to put the dining room, and I went with like an orange color. I don't use a lot of oranges, especially in something that I'm trying to make look sort of modern. I use a lot of orange for the 70s house I did, which by the way to this day is still my favorite build that I've ever done. I'm super proud of that one. I absolutely love it. I can't wait for my decades challenge to get to the 70s because I totally want to live in that house. But yeah, I haven't used a lot of oranges since then. And to me, that even looked kind of 70s, so I changed the table from brown to sort of like a metal color because I thought that looked better. And I think I put a rug in there as well. And I don't know, this house is just very strange to me. Like, I was looking around thinking, like, should I do more? That little bar area, I didn't know if I should add anything there. I was trying to make it look sort of empty. Like, that was the look I was going for. I didn't want anything on that wall next to the bar, but it also looked kind of odd and bare. So, I don't know, it's hard to find that balance between something looking chic and something looking totally empty and bizarre. So that was kind of hard to do. So there are 2 bedrooms. Each one has their own bathroom. I went with this bed. I actually love this bed that came with City Living. I don't use it that often, but I wanted to go for a lot of grays in this room. And I think I just did grays and blues for this one and grays and blues for the other one too. That I go for blue a lot. That's just my go-to. I don't know why. Not in real life though. Like, I would never choose blue furniture in real life, but in The Sims I always think it looks really good. And of course more art all over the walls. Again, hard to find that balance between like one really nice piece of art on a wall or just like 2 that are too close together and not chic. I don't know. I'm not very artsy, so I didn't really know what I was doing there. I did put that rug there. Still don't know if I like it. I think I don't, but it's there anyway. It's there to stay. I did the double showers in the bathroom. I don't do that a lot, but I thought that space looked really good for that kind of look. And then I did like the corner tub. Again, not too much in the bathrooms, kept them quite bare. Just like the essentials really. I didn't do a lot of like things on the wall like art or flowers or plants or decorations at all. And then I put that big piece of art in the hallway with a spotlight hanging over it just to sort of draw the eye. I imagine whoever lives here spent a ton of money on that painting, and they definitely want everyone to see it. They want it to draw everyone's attention, so they have a spotlight on it. This bedroom here has a TV in it and a couple pieces of art. Again, still not sure what looks good when it comes to art like that. I just kind of went for it though. And then the bathroom, I just went for that shower. I clipped it into the wall because I didn't want the tile. I wanted the concrete on the back of the shower, so it does look a little weird and it does look clipped, but that was intentional. And then for the hallway, I just put one more painting, one more decoration, like one more plant. I cut out the landscaping in the front because it's just super uninteresting. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, so there's really nothing there. Just line the back with some bushes, and that is pretty much it for the letter B of the A to Z challenge. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thanks for watching.